Air went from me into there. So the higher pressure went into the lower pressure. Okay? Now remember, we're not changing the pressure of the room. We're just changing the difference in pressure. So, if we inflate it and then let go, air can get in here. So the air pressure in the room squeezes it back shut because I quit pushing air in. Okay? But if I make it so air can't get in and out, the balloon stays inflated. And again, I think I showed you yesterday, you can see inside the balloon. It's open. It's open. Okay? That's really crazy. Right? So I still marvel, I still go, whoa, when I see this. So what happened here is we pushed most of the air out of the bottle by expanding the balloon. Then we put a cork in it. Now air can't get back in. So that means there's less air pressure in the bottle around the balloon. So the balloon gets bigger. And it can't equalize. Air can't get in or out of here. So it can't equalize. If we equalize it, now the pressure around it was greater than the pressure in it, and it squeezed it shut. So the high pressure is where it came from. The low pressure is where we went. So if I'm crushing something, that means that's higher pressure crushing the lower pressure. All right? So we can do this, and again it's open, and I can put water in it. So remember, this balloon's wide open. All right. So now my balloon's full of water. Water's pretty heavy. But air pressure is more powerful. So right now, there's very little pressure squeezing the balloon because we pushed the air out and we sealed it so air can't get in. So the balloon is under very little air pressure. So the air pressure of the room and the water have expanded it. Okay? So the air pressure inside the balloon and the room is the same. The balloon's open. Air can get in and out. But if I go ahead and pull the cork out, then we have air pressure again. And when we have air pressure, we have water. Okay? So let's see what happens when I allow air to get in here and allow air to squeeze the balloon. No, it's just drawing attention to itself. You have it, my dear us. Oh, I ran out before I got to you. I think we count that as you guys getting wet, so you can get a $100 for that.
Yeah.
All right? So the air pressure squeezed the balloon. The air pressure squeezed the balloon. So it squeezed, the pressure increased on the balloon, pushing the water out. And we know the water came out of the balloon. So the high pressure was in the balloon and lower pressure was in the room. We know that because the water went from in the balloon to outside the balloon. It went from high pressure to low pressure. Okay? All right.
Stay there.
I need a volunteer. This person's going to get pretty wet. Isn't this awesome? Me, get me wet. Get me wet. Get me Boy, it's hard to decide. You know? Now I'm going to tell you, where I used to teach, I would always pick the meanest kid that wrecked class for everybody, that never paid attention. I loved it. And I didn't tell them they were going to get really wet. You know, they just volunteered. That was great. Okay, this is going to be tough. Okay, Shanley, let's see how you.
I'll record. Oh man.
And you can have somebody record for you.
Oh, coming. Bro, I'm the closest one by you.
I need you in this chair, Shanley.
What's the passcode? Yo, Shanley, what's the passcode?
There's no passport.
There is no.
Just need you in your chair. Alright. Okay. I'd like to have a seat.
Let's go closer.
Empty jar. Air pressure is equal inside and out. If I put this card on it and turn it upside down, the air pressure is equal inside and out. The card falls off because the pressure is equal. But I can make the pressure unequal by removing all the air. And I do that by filling the jar with water.
Come on now.
Oh, kind of guy.
Rest in peace.
You're dead, Sully.
No,
You're dead.
All right. So a jar full of air had equal pressure inside and out, and the card fell off. However, if I put something on so air can't get in and out, like this card. Now, we have 1 pound of water pushing down, 4 square inches on the bottom of the card at 15 pounds per square inch. So we got 60 pounds pushing up, 1 pound pushing down. Now I use cardboard because cardboard absorbs water. And after a bit, the cardboard's going to get... And the cardboard gets ripples in it so air can seep in. Once air can get in, the air equalizes and the card comes off. Let's give Shanti a
I can't grab
good job, Shanti.
it. Man, I wanted to do that.
There's more towels.
This dude right here, he's a pussy from school. This dude right here, he wants to do
You get
it.
a good picture of that?
Got it.
Alright.
Nice shot, man.
Okay, back to your seats.
Hola. Damn. Yo, Sonny. Say cheese. Cheese.
Alright.
Was that fun?
I have 6 squirt. It's so great that people volunteer before I even tell you what it is. 8th graders do not do that. They're too cool. Really, that's what they think. They think they're cool. I'm not going to do anything fun and exciting. I'm going to look boring. I don't want to look like I'm having a good time and fun. By golly. So, I'm very impressed with you guys. So this is what we're going to do. All my life, I've had 2 volunteers for this. But we have 6 squirt guns. And I'm going to get a squirt gun, 1. So I'll take 5 volunteers. I've never done this. I probably am going to get pretty wet. But we'll do you 3. And we're going to do all girls this hour. 4 or 5. Okay? So I'll do you 5.
That's some bullshit.
Going to follow instructions. You 5. Squirt gun you want. Use this sink to fill it up. Wait. And then you're all going to stand on this piece of cardboard. And you have to stay on this cardboard until we're done.
They're gonna show
Okay?
you.
So pick your gun. go over to the sink over here, get it filled up.
I'm watching.
Alright, so you guys left me the green one? This one's already filled with water. So I'm going to wait for y'all to get on the cardboard.
Oh, dang. So, you wet yourself up. I'm gonna stand on your stool. Never mind. Don't go by your stool. Look at that reaction. I got you on camera, bro.
Alright.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna post this on YouTube anyways.
Gotta be on the cardboard. There you go. It's gotta be on. You cannot step off until we're done.
You guys are
And
gonna cook each other.
when you decide to quit shooting water at me, I will quit shooting water at you. Okay? Alright. Couple of things we're going to learn here. First of all, one, are you listening? One, go ahead and each of you squirt once. Go.
It's not far enough.
Alright. Now, how did the squirt gun work? What this squirt gun does is when I squeeze the trigger, I'm pushing air into the squirt gun. Now, the squirt gun has more pressure in it than outside it. So the air is going to go from the squirt gun out. Well, water's in the way. So it pushes out water. So it only works when you squeeze it. Okay? Because I pushed air in, so it pushed water out. Okay? Alright. So, the other thing I want to talk about before we start is in science I've talked about making assumptions. Assuming something. For example, maybe the first day you saw me, you assumed I was going to be a horrible teacher. Okay? Well, maybe you assumed that. But you really didn't have any way to really know. So if you assume things, what if you're wrong? Then everything else is wrong when you make assumptions, right? And in science, we cannot make assumptions. That's bad science, right? Now, you assumed that I was going to have a squirt gun off of this table.
Oh.
I never said that.
Oh.
I never said I was going to use this squirt gun. I never said that at all. But somehow, you made the assumption that there were 6 squirt guns and you 5 were taking squirt guns, so you assumed I would be using that squirt gun.
Oh.
That's a false assumption. That's not what I
He's
said.
gonna use a bigger one.
Alright? So, I have a different squirt gun.
Oh, it's
They're gonna get raped. They're gonna.
Oh my god! Oh my
Now, this squirt gun works differently. Okay? First of all, you assume something, and hopefully you're learning a lesson about making assumptions. Everybody in class thought I was going to use that squirt gun.
Not me.
I never said it. I never said that. Okay? So my squirt gun works differently because I can store air pressure in here. You can't. You gotta pull the trigger. But for me, I can push air into this,
That's not
which
fair.
increases the pressure. Also,